Okay. Oh, baby. Oh, mine. Oh, baby. What's up, guys? How y'all been? I know I was here last week, but I don't know why it feels like I ain't been here in weeks. The way the days have been just like coasting, it was like, oh, I can relax a little bit. So that felt good. That felt really good to just be able to sit in the balance of it all. Because it's been a few weeks where I was just trying to grasp the hyper speed of life that was happening in my life. And now I was just like... So, yo, I'm here with y'all. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Y'all vibing? Y'all good? Did y'all like the episode?
Like, if you're around solid people or if you're around slack, lazy people, you're going to be one of those things. So, I mean...
Who's in your circle? Who the 5 people in your circle?
Who's in your circle?
They going to tell you who you are.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact.
I think I'm going to have more guests on my show. Soon. That was a vibe. To me. Let me know your thoughts. Did you guys enjoy that episode where it was just more than me? Did you guys like that? I know I did. And I think it depends on the person's energy too, and also the topic of the conversation that will like help it flow a little bit better. So as my first guest, I think that was top tier. And I will be having more because that was really fun to do. Welcome back to another episode of Present Not Perfect. I'm your host, Mimi Jeanite, and today I want to get into really like detailed portions of when you're going towards something, what it is that you actually need within that. So let's get into it. Lately, I've been watching a lot more podcasts that relate to my life and what it is that I'm trying to get into and what it is that I'm looking forward to getting into in the future. And something that I've been coming across often is the fact that these people that I'm looking at, these people that I'm getting slight mentorship from or that I'm gaining some type of beneficial information from, they knew what they wanted from life. They knew what they wanted to receive. They knew what their goal was. They knew what it is that they wanted. Point blank, period. They knew what they wanted. And it made me think, and it was like, okay, there's a lot of us right now that we kind of have a vision of what we want, but we don't know what we're meant to do to get to what we want, right? So that causes a lot of confusion when it's, okay, I have this goal that I want to reach, but you just have the goal. You don't necessarily plan out anything to make it to the goal. And a lot of people, they don't even know the detailed pieces to get to their goal, and that kind of discourages them. And it's going to get easy to really kind of be like, okay, nobody knew that I was trying to go for this anyway, so I might as well just like switch my goal. And you go toward an easier route. So more so like you do an easier thing just because you feel like it'll be easier to reach that goal, and the ridicule that comes with not reaching the goal that you set to everybody that you wanted to have. You don't have to have that experience, but the fulfillment comes within actually going after the thing that you wanted. So I get that there's an issue with not knowing what the next step should be if you want to go into something. So one thing that I've been doing for myself, because my goals, I know that I want to reach them within a certain time frame, and I low-key made my goals a little bit seemingly impossible. It's like, how is that gonna happen? And I've just been doing little things to help me facilitate this environment that I believe will be able to nourish that goal that I want. So I've been going to the library lately. I've been picking up books, just trying to gain a lot more knowledge about little details that I feel like I've already known about, but now focusing in on the fact that I have pinpointed exactly what I want. I know exactly what I need to actually look for to help me get to that. And it changes. Let's say your goal is to, let's start easy. Let's say your goal is to start a podcast, right? The only thing that you really know that comes within having a podcast is having a microphone, having a camera, having a topic or a niche thing that you talk about within the podcast. When I first started my podcast, I just straight up was like, okay, I know how to make things look like it's an aesthetic looking thing. I know how to connect with the people that want to connect with me or that I want to connect to. I know how to do that. I know how to be personable. I know how to use a mic. I know how to use a camera. So those things, I was just like, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and start it. And until I got into working the actual episodes, like that's when I realized, okay, there's more to this than just the equipment. And I've come into okay, how far do I want to make this go with this podcast right here, right? And if I want this to scale, what is it that I have to do? If I want this to become a space for people to really learn something, what is it that I have to do? So the things that I think about as far as the growth for the channel, it makes me look forward to things that I have to lay out in order for me to make it to that. So at first I was just here to be here. I didn't really know what it is that I wanted from the podcast. I just knew that I wanted to start a podcast. And until I started the podcast, then it became something where I needed to ground what it is that I wanted for the podcast. So now the things that I want for the podcast, what do I want for the podcast? How do I want the podcast to be perceived? All of these little nuanced things, I have to think about them now in order for me to really be able to hone in on the details that will expand what it is that I'm trying to do. And this kind of goes back to one of the podcasts that I was watching. If you don't know what you want, you're always going to be kind of like stuck in a space. I'm low-key paraphrasing the entire episode that I watched, right? But he basically was saying that you have to know what it is that you want, like the details. So he was speaking on, because I'm an artist, if you ain't know, you know, you know, okay? He was basically speaking on the fact that, okay, if you're an artist and you want to win a Grammy, what kind of Grammy do you want to win? What are you wearing to the Grammy? So now you need to figure out what it is that that brand is going to need from you, or if you're going to be sponsored from them, or if you're going to have to buy the actual outfit themselves. Like the details of everything that you're wanting, you have to go super deep just so that you can shoot directly toward that goal. And one thing for me is I wanted to shoot for a financial standpoint for myself by the end of this year. And I was like, I don't know how that's going to happen, but I'm not going to keep myself in a closed box thinking I have to be realistic with everything. I'm going to shoot for the highest portion of it all, knowing that I can, believing that what I want, I should be able to get it, especially if I put the work in. And that was my thing. I had a goal. And then, you know, listening to the different people in my mentor guidebook, I guess you could say, I put a lot of my faith into, okay, whatever is meant for me is going to come to me. And then now it's low-key being grounded into, okay, now that you believe that you should be able to receive everything that you want, now you can work for getting what you need to make it to that. And it was just like, wow, like the fact that I have been able to make it match my mind. The way my reality is right now, I'm making it match my mind. The way that I believed everything should be, I am making it that. And although it can get a little bit like, ooh, I don't know. I still don't know. But I do know that I'm capable of it. I do know that I'm exactly where I need to be in order for me to make it to that. So the more I settle in to what I know I want for myself, the more I literally plan out, list out every little detail. How much is it that I'm going to need to do whatever it is that I need to do? How many people do I need to interact with? How many shows do I need to go ahead and do? Whatever the portion of everything that I need in order for me to reach that goal. Do I need to sacrifice some things? Do I need to put some things into play? Like, do I need to do something different? Do I need to continue doing some things the same? These things matter for you to really think about. The goal is always going to be the goal. However, if you have no plan, or if you have a very broad plan, you're doing yourself a disservice. You have to be meticulous, especially if you're trying to get deeper into it within that industry, that particular industry. You need to know the ins and outs. Otherwise, you're going to be kind of doggy paddling through the whole thing when you could really be Phelps in. Come on, like We should be able to scale within any industry that we are desiring to scale in. And it will take some time, but each day matters. Each second matters. Each idea matters. Each skill matters that is shooting toward that. Now, if you need to learn something, go to your local library, go to YouTube University right here in this beautiful platform. You have so many opportunities to really just pick up a piece of knowledge. You have so many people that are teaching something within this platform that can help you go toward what it is that you're going for. For my podcast here, I have come into the conclusion that I am doing this to broaden emotional intelligence. Not that it wasn't like already obvious, but the fact that I am able to pinpoint it and really help people and myself, because there's a lot of things that I'm saying within this podcast that I do go back to and I think about and I'm like, yo, I cannot be a hypocrite. I cannot not do what I said. Otherwise, am I even being real with myself? You know, so it keeps me accountable, and it also helps me understand that yes, emotions grow and you can tame them and you are able to understand them a little bit more. And the people that I reach with my channel now, I am showing you that it is possible. There is an example of this happening. You are going to be, maybe fall back sometimes and be in the same pattern that you had before, but you are now knowing that you can make it out of that and become a better version of yourself. So once I realized, this is an emotional intelligence podcast. This is an emotional intelligence channel. This is an emotional intelligence being. This is an emotional intelligence artist. Like, I am literally, my entire purpose right now is to help people through their emotions. Like, that is who I am. The way you express emotions through words, the way that you express emotion through songs, the way that you express emotion through food, art, whatever the case may be, I am here to help people be more emotionally intelligent. And the more I become emotionally intelligent, the more I can do that for you guys and just be that. Like, I'm literally a student of emotions. I do this. And a lot of people will take that and be like, wow, what, you're so emotional, you're so this and that. I think I'm just real. A lot of people, they are afraid of their emotions, so they don't even know what they're feeling or why they're feeling it, and then they take seeing somebody else be in that as something odd or not normal or whatever. I don't even know the terms that people would want to go ahead and describe that shit as, because it's not that. It's real. If you are not able to pull in your emotions and your logic mind together and really make a decision based off both, are you really full? Amy, your amygdala? Yeah, she in there. She really going through shit. I'm gonna need you to fix it. I'm gonna need you to really regulate. I'm gonna need you to really do some shit about that. You're not invincible. You're not above emotions. For anybody that thinks that. Don't be too deep in your emotions either. That's also imbalanced. Let's be for real. You need to have both in balance. So, knowing what it is that you actually want catapults you into different realms. An example that I heard, let's say that you want to own a boat. If you don't acknowledge that for yourself, knowing that, okay, I do want to acquire a boat one day. When you're in conversations with people, let's say you go into a cocktail hour and you're talking to somebody and they're talking about boats, or talking about somebody that has a boat and in the boat industry and da-da-da. You're not going to be prompted to ask that person about boats or how you can get a boat, or if they know somebody that you can speak to get a boat. You're just going to be in conversation with them until the conversation ends without talking to them about you wanting a boat for real. And you lose out on that opportunity. Like, no, be aware of what your desire is. What is it that you want? You have to know that. You want your skin to clear up. What is it that you have to eat? What do you have to drink? What do you have to put on your face? Do you have to exfoliate? Or is your face too sensitive to exfoliate? You have to know these details for what you want, so then the actions that you take toward what you want actually make sense. And when an opportunity or some type of thing comes into your reality, you can jump on the opportunity instead of it passing you by and like, damn, I was supposed to. It's because you didn't prompt yourself. You weren't aware of what you were trying to go for. You weren't aware of what it is that you actually want. So now when it comes to you, come on, we can do this, guys. We can do this. That is so powerful. Knowing what it is that we're actually needing to get to where we need to go. It's powerful. It is so powerful. Literally, look. I've had my business for like 5 years now, but I'm now getting super serious about it because things have changed in my life. I have been an asset for other people's business, helping their business grow, neglecting my own business. And now that I've picked up all of these little things from other people's business as I've helped them scale and grow their business, now it's like, okay, I know those things, but what do I want my business to really be perceived as? What do I want my business to actually be? So as I've come into that, I'm like really narrowing in on exactly what Mimi Industry LLC is about to be. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited for the growth that I'm having and going into. Like, it's amazing. Shameless plug. Actually, it's been more than 5 years. Oh my gosh. I started Mimi Industry LLC in 2018 when I told myself I would no longer work for anybody. Basically like a corporation, like a franchise corporation or something like that. Then I went into taxes, and then I was in taxes for about 7 years. So now that I'm out of taxes and I'm really in this has been eye-opening, and I learned a lot within the little sporadicness of me starting my business back then and to now. Like, there's a lot that I've been able to really cultivate within the way I wanted to treat my clients and customer service and the way that I want to have my streamline happen and all of that. But the details of what I actually wanted, I wasn't thinking about until this year. And I think that's why it took so long for me to get to this point, because I wasn't focused on it. I wasn't thinking about it like that. It wasn't that deep. And now that it is, this is amazing though. And I want you guys, whatever your dream is, whatever your goal is, focus in on it. Ask yourself the detailed questions. What do I need in order for me to receive this right now? What are the smallest parts of this idea? What are the things that I have to do? And what can I do right now that's going to help me get into another place? Do I need to talk to different people? Do I need to build clientele? Do I need to get an email list? Do I need to reach out to people cold blasting? Do I need to, whatever it is that you need to do in order for you to reach your goal? And don't be scared. Don't feel like it's not something that you're actually meant to do. You're meant to do it. It might feel like it's a little bit, like, am I like even qualified to do this? You're qualified, because if you have the thought, you're meant to do it. You're qualified. Even if you do feel that imposter syndrome, tell the shit to shut the fuck up. Tell it to shut the fuck up. So once you realize, okay, this is what I have to do, this is what I have to do, this is what I have to do, you take the necessary steps. Start at the smallest thing just so that you can build that momentum. You don't want to crash out trying to go for the biggest part of your idea and then not knowing and then falling off and then start at the smallest part, so then you can really build into it. And then once you build into it, then you can really expand and know more about the business that you're trying to get into. Like, there's things that you'll be able to implement. You'll be able to bring people, the right people, because you'll know what you need from them. Whatever their strengths are, you'll be able to pinpoint that because you've taken the time to think about what it is that you need. Okay, we are here. I feel like this is so short, but I don't know what else to say for real. Like, this is literally it. Know what it is that you want. I feel like, when something's understood, you don't really need too much. Like, and I'm pretty sure we understand. We on the same page right now. I'm really enjoying this new phase. I'm really enjoying the fact that consistency will teach you a lot. And the more you continue doing something that you feel like you're meant to do, even if there are some negative thoughts or thoughts of feeling like you're not even in a space, or you're feeling like you're alone, or feeling like whatever the case may be, like it's just the opposite of what you're shooting for. Even if those thoughts come in, you have it written down. You have it recorded. You have it somewhere where you can go back to it and give yourself that motivation boost again and really be like, yeah, okay, I remember, boom, this is what I got to do now. Whether it's small or you in the middle or you so close toward reaching your goal. If you're that close, I'm pretty sure your goal post has moved. I'm pretty sure. Now you have a new goal that you want to reach. And that's the beauty of life. You just want to grow and expand. So know what it is. Start at the smallest point, and then you can shoot for even more. But we start here. Don't cheat yourself out of a good time. I'm going to keep saying that. You're meant to be here, and you're meant to do that shit. You're meant to do that thing. And if you need people to really give you a boost, remember your friend. Remember who you have around you. And if you don't have people around you that really boost you like that, it's time for a new friend group. It's time for some new people around you. If you allow yourself to have people around you that really don't feed into you, I don't think I need to say anything else about that. You know what it is. You know what you got to do. If you choose otherwise, then that's on you. But then you won't be able to blame anybody but yourself after that. So do what you got to do. Oh, man. All right, guys. I will be seeing you next week. Thank you for being here with me. Once again, it's always been love. And you have been watching another episode of Present Not Perfect. I'm your host, Mimi Jeanite. And yeah, I'm gonna miss you guys already. Oh. Bye.